Yeah, it looks awesome. Hey guys, how are you? Coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. Thanks for hanging out. This is the Night Owl crew this time, and I am really excited. I am here supported by some dear friends in Memphis. This is Rachel. Say hey, Rach. How are you? Hey everybody, and they're here also with the kids and with her husband Jean and my dog Kevin. So we have a little activity. We started late tonight, very selfishly actually, because we've kind of been having fun here at the dojo and playing around a little bit and talking. And also we are selfishly hoping that Barbara Janice gets home soon. Love to too. Thank you. That Barbara Janice gets home on time because she's out at a birthday party tonight, and we're hoping that she gets home in time to bring us out to finish us out tonight with a song. And we'll let her pick which one. Maybe she'll even do a couple songs. So for any of you night owls that are joining us on Facebook Live tonight, thank you so much, and so much love to you. Rachel is also manning the ship tonight, so she will be reading. In fact, Rach, you could probably jump over to the other screen, and then she will be reading some of the comments tonight and bringing things up as we can. I'm also going to try and stay on track. I've got a stack of notes here to go through. This is kind of how I do things. They're just big, crazy pages, and so we're going to go through that and make sure. It won't take that long, though. It's like big kind of topic stuff. But with that said, Rach will be going through some of the comments. How funny. Is it stuck there already?
Yep.
So it's just hung up there with my mouth open. So I don't know if, hopefully you guys, if you guys can send us some messages through and let us know that the feed is still going, or if it's hung up because it's frozen here on our side. I'm going to keep going. With that said, thanks you guys. So is that a thumbs up that it's going okay? Amber, love to you too. My love, let me know, send us a message and let me know if your feed is frozen, because the feed here on my page is frozen in a very lovely kind of pose mode with my mouth wide open. So I imagine they did that on whoever they are did that on purpose. With that said, Rach and her husband Jean are part of what we are now calling the Snoop team, because I do my best with no dog on the end of that,
no
right?
Snoop dog,
no Snoop dog. Just Snoop. Leave the dog off of that.
Yes.
And we'll explain why. In fact, we'll talk about that more later. But our understanding, unless we find out otherwise, because you can't always trust the news, guys. You can't always trust the news. But it does look like Snoop Dogg is supporting Hitlary. And we will be referring to Hitlary or Billary this evening. So hashtag Hitlary, hashtag Billary. And we'll be talking about why. In fact, I've had a lot of questions lately from a few people about why on earth I would have ever connected the dots between Hitlary and her organization. That's kind of what I want to call it, because it's more like a mob organization than anything, than an administration, that's for sure. So we're going to call it the Hitlary organization and crime mob organization. And so with that said, and that's because she aligns herself with seriously, and this wasn't my idea, it's what was channeled to me. I know it to be true, and we're going to talk a little bit about what being a conscious channel is, what receiving divine guidance is, the fact that we are all psychic if we choose to trust, and we choose to trust, and we choose to go ahead and wake up, to sort of get out of the way of what we think it is that we know or believe, and be willing to accept something different. And I will tell you that before this information was channeled to me, I was not a conspiracy theorist, and in fact I have not watched the news nor paid attention to the newspapers or magazines for the last 10 years. The entire time Obama has been in the office and his family, I really don't know anything on a political level. With that said, I'm honored because we now have a team, Rachel and Jean and some other folks who are helping me and what's called the Snoop, not the Snoop Dogg team. Again, that's because we've been doing some research today, and Snoop, it seems, is backing, Snoop Dogg is backing Hitlary. And again, if that's incorrect, man, we would love to hear, because some of this stuff is incorrect. Like you will find an article, and we'll be posting some things as we go, but you will find an article that also shows Susan Sarandon currently supporting Hitlary, and that's not true. I think it was Stephen Colbert's show that she was on, and they did this really funny little piece about how she had broken up with Hilary, and it was really funny because he brought out this picture of her with Hilary and said, you know, but you were so in love back then. What would cause you to break up with her? And Susan Sarandon did this wonderful little piece about it. She goes, well, you know, that was back before she lied to me about many things. She forgot to tell me that she supports fracking, and she does. So for those of you who don't know, she supports fracking. For those of you who don't know, she supports Monsanto. Monsanto supports her, actually, is a better way to say it. So does Big Pharma, so does big banks, and so do the United Arab Emirates. What are they doing giving money to the Clinton Foundation? I don't know. Do they need new books or computers? You know, I'm just kind of confused. And why? Why is money from the Clinton Foundation, why is that used in her campaign? There's no regulations on a 501(c)(3) on a nonprofit, and so they can just rack up the money. And Bernie doesn't have the ability to do that, or other candidates. Right on. Here's Barbara Janice walking in. Hey guys, how are you? Good evening. All right. So with that said, we were hoping that Barb might sing us a song in a little bit when we get through this, if you have time. All right. But I'm gonna have to stay on this. I thought redemption song again.
Okay.
Redemption song. You guys will take or whatever, and maybe Barb will sing an original as well. I was thinking maybe redemption song, and then whatever else you want to do. Good to see you guys. I hope Bunny had a great birthday. All right. Good to see you. I love you guys. Infinite love and gratitude. So we'll have a little bit of music. That was Barbara and her twin heart. And I don't know, and that's Chris. And so they'll be giving us some music later. So you guys hang in there, again, as part of the Night Owl crew. And so let's see. So again, and you guys, we are going to be asking, and so let me just get to that. And this was what was channeled to me and from my heart, and I'm going to go into that. I've been a conscious channel my entire life. I was asked to use my abilities publicly about 8 years ago. And I've been working as a ministry here in Memphis and around the United States with clients all over the world for the last 8 years. I've had the honor to work as a channel and a medium, and I have been able to provide, because I'm a show me girl. My father was an atheist and a science-minded man, and so I grew up very much a show me girl. In fact, my team calls me Little Nicodemus because I require so much validation. I'm always like, nah, prove it to me, prove it to me. And over the last 8 years, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, I have just witnessed so much evidence be channeled through me, and the people will say, how do you know? How do you know? I'll say, because it shocked the hell out of me, and then I found out it was true. And so, in fact, we'll go to a great example of that, because Rach and I were talking earlier about how we met, which is incredible, because we met on Facebook. God uses Facebook, in many ways, and so we connected. Rach was my 444th friend, and she saw that number and knew that it meant, because it's a very powerful number. It means that heaven is like way behind whatever's going on, the energy that is in play at that time. 44 or 4s in a row represent what's called the stamp of heaven. It's like a seal of approval, it's just like gold, and it just means that, yes, your plans are golden. Your plans, heaven is behind what you're doing. It can also mean the angels are fully supporting you. Same meaning, infinite love and gratitude. And so Rach saw that, and we got connected, started talking on Facebook. And we did some work, some emotional work, which is what I went back to school to train to do. I work with the subconscious mind, what psychology would call psychological re-imprinting, trauma work, inner child work. What it's all about is clearing so that you can hear God. When you start removing your worry, your anxiety, shame, blame, resentment, and guilt, then you will start staying in the present moment. And so Rach and I did a lot. I don't do anything but hold the lantern and listen and guide. The client is amazing, and they're always client friends to me, because we love each other in heaven, and God brings people my way. I know that they are brethren and sistren when they show up, and so that's why it's such an honor to have her here tonight, because this is the first time in almost 3 years that we've met in person. And so it was awesome, and it feels like I just have known her forever, and the kids. And it was so beautiful, because, oh my gosh, the beautiful little princess. She said to me, I love you. I love you too. So it's been a big love fest here at the dojo. And what's really cool is this story is, in that process of doing this emotional work together, what happens is heaven, our guides will bring through information. Love to you guys as well, thank you. Will bring through information that's pertinent for the client. And much of what I do, or I'm asked to do by my contract, is to explain people's contracts, what they wrote in heaven, because we all write this amazing movie in heaven, and then we come out here to live it out. Divine guidance was always part of the plan. Full chills, you guys, and we're going to talk about full chills. Wow. So please ask as I'm speaking that if it's true, and take it from your head to your heart. We're not here to tell you your truth tonight. We're just using this platform to basically to extend and to use our First Amendment right to free speech and to say what we believe and why. And so that's what we're doing here today. We're not asking anybody to believe what we have to say. What I would ask, though, is that we're not here to share our opinion with you. We are divinely guided. We do our best. Doesn't mean that everyone always hits the mark. You can only do your best at anything. But we do our best to listen to our divine guidance and to follow that. You could think of it this way. You will not hear God with the ears of your head, or the eyes of or see God with the eyes of your head. You've got to use your heart. So you've got to use your heart sense. That's that sixth sense that a lot of people say it's just a feeling that I get that's just overwhelming in my heart. Some people get chills. Some people, and the reason why I like the chills, though, is because science supports the theory that you cannot conjure those. All right, that has to be coming from an outside source. And we now know through quantum physics and through science, it supports everything I'm saying. You receive an electrical current. We all have one at the top of our heads, vibrates at a different number or range depending on our light body and what we vibrate at. That also has to do with what kind of health you're in as well. It's all related, the emotional, and the physical body, as well as the energetic body. With that said, going back to that, when we met, we were doing this work and a lot of contract stuff. So what we wrote in heaven came through. And so I told Rach in one of the sessions, I said, oh my gosh, you're going to, and she's already a mom of 2, infinite love and gratitude, and they're active, beautiful, awesome children, but she's already mom of 2. And her husband Gene live a very artistic, creative lifestyle. She makes amazing food. He's a personal trainer and into some other creative projects. And so with that said, they're both artists in many ways, really, and Rachel a healer as well. With that said, I said to her, wow, I said, this is great. You guys are going to have another child. And she said,
you are lying.
She was like, oh, hell no.
Hell no.
She was like, you got the wrong person. You're all mixed to Abigail. I think she said something like, I love you, but no, you're wrong this time. And I do get that a lot when I say something that someone didn't want to hear.
But she was right. She was right.
I just got really good ears, you guys. Baby Gaia. And then I'm so honored to say, is that right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so honored to say her, baby Gaia Abigail. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. So I just love you.
I love you too.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. She's here. She's on board. And she's due when?
December 31st.
December 31st. She's going to be a New Year's baby. I hope she's born on that day. My brother Nathan, Anthony, who's crossed, was born on December 31st. Oh my God, I got chills. I got chills.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's so, you know, we know God's in charge, but that would be so awesome if she shared my brother's birthday and then shared my name. I'm just so honored. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet her. It's going to be so good. I know, love you guys. Baby guy is getting all that love. Just keep it coming. And that's cool. And the computer popped back on. The computer came on as we were sending baby guy I love. The computer goes ding. Came right back on. That's awesome. So she'll be due, and you got your appointment with the midwife coming up, and so that's our story, guys. And so here we are almost 3 years later, and I just loved it because Rachel called me and said, you remember when you said, I think, can you check in please, but I think she's here. I said, yes ma'am, she is. And so it was really kind of exciting. So let's go back to the list really quick. Let's see, so I am going to be breaking things down tonight. So with regard to why, because I've had a lot of people question and say to me, and a lot of people have witnessed my channeling and the evidence that's brought through that I could not possibly make up or possibly know any other way. Our government, guys, has been studying these psychic phenomena, as they call it, since before World War I. They were studying it with Einstein. In fact, Einstein was given sodium pentothal. You can talk to anybody on the other side and ask for truth. As I'm speaking tonight again, please, just with an open heart, which therefore you'll have an open mind, listen to what we're saying tonight and what we're talking about, and just ask for yourself. Get what you think you know out of the way, because I got to tell you, what I knew, and that's when I was 34, I figured out that the best decision I could ever make was to stop thinking and to start lovingly demanding that I get some darn answers. I was like, hey, God, if you there, then I need some answers down here. Hello? And so with that said, that's a little while later when, man, my guidance just went through the roof. And if you want information on that, please go to abigailnoel.com, and my story's there, because this isn't about that tonight. But with that said, we will be breaking down why it is that Hitlary, hashtag Hitlary, is responsible in a way, is because what I will tell you is that she had knowledge that Prince was a hit, that Prince was an Illuminutty. I will not give them the honor of saying the name they have chosen. Hashtag Illuminutty, N-U-T-T-Y. You're getting chills over here.
Me too.
With that said, he was an Illuminati hit. It was to let everybody else in Hollywood and people who that they better know, they better straighten up, because if they got to Prince, they will surely get to you too. That's what the message was. I just received full chills, and so I'm asking the listeners to please ask for the same thing. Let's see. Jacqueline Simmons says you can't see me. They have all confirmed. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Oh, I can see you. Thank you, Jacqueline. Sorry, but I searched the other readers' information regarding Prince's transition, and they've all confirmed. Thank you. Thank you. No coincidences. Thank you. Yes, God speaks through synchronicity. Science now supports the theory. I will not use the word proof because there's no such thing. The FDA itself has proven that there's no such thing as proof, because they have proven things so many times and then had to come back and apologize for being wrong, which basically just destroys the definition of proof, but they continue using the word anyway. With that said, I will not use the word, but science does now support the theory that there is no such thing as coincidence. There's only synchronicity. And so this is just a little tidbit, because we're going to throw some of those out tonight as well. Please do some research, guys, and I would like to know this information for anyone who's got the time. But I would like to know how many doctors are prescribing people fentanyl. So how many people in this country are on fentanyl, and then I'd like to know how many of them just accidentally overdose. How many of them their doctors just give them enough, and they just accidentally overdose, because that's really sneaky suspicious. I'd also like to know why first it was Percocet, and then it was something else, and then it took like 3 weeks longer than it ever should have to get back an autopsy. They rushed a cremation. Prince did not overdose, okay? And I just got chills. I've been doing this too long. Prince came to me on Saturday, right after he crossed. With that said, and yes, for anybody who wants to say that a soul cannot speak that soon after their crossing, you are wrong. W-R-O-N-G. It's also called inaccurate. All right, great. Please keep your opinions on your own effing pages. This is our channel. This is J Project channel. And we're not sharing my opinion. I'm sharing channeled information with you. I don't want my own opinion. Why would I give it to somebody else? I work as a conscious channel. I ask questions, I get out of the way, and I wait for answers. I'm going to say it again. 8 years experience. That's what gives me my spiritual PhD as a psychic, medium, and channel. We are all psychic if we choose. People use their abilities in many different ways for many different reasons. My contracted reason for being here is to communicate with spirits in the 4th, 5th dimension and beyond. That is what I do, and I am a lifer. I have seen spirit, and I have walked with Christ Yeshua, also known as Jesus. I call him Jay my entire life. I have had stories and told my family stories about him since I was 2.5 years old. So with that said, when I tell you that Prince did not overdose, I'm going to say it again. And please ask for your own validation. Do not take it from me or Rachel or anyone else. But please don't take it from TMZ and the stupid press. They are all bought, sold, paid for. They are nothing but hand puppets on their hands and knees.
Yeah.
And they are getting ass-effed by the people that own them. They are slaves to the people that own the companies. Time Warner, Sony. Look it up. Please, someone, find me the video of Michael Jackson holding up the sign that says Sony kills. Please, someone, find me that video again. Guys, we need a whole team of snoops. I want to say this. I love you guys. Please keep sending me, and I will go through the posts. But there were 60 posts on my page in one day. I couldn't think straight. I love you guys. Keep sending the info. Keep supporting. I go through the posts as I can get to them. And I get to my correspondence as I can. If you guys are looking, and I don't want to go here for long, but if you want a private session, hang in there with me. I am getting back to the emails as quick as I can, and I love and I honor you guys for all of your support. For every little hater or someone who's not ready, willing, or able yet to see the truth right under their nose and to smell the stink, there are 10 people who jump on and have been supporting, and so I feel so loved and supported. Thank you so much, and I'll tell you what, the most important thing you will ever do on this planet is speak from your heart and speak your truth. Even if you get it a little wrong, you can go back and correct it. But it is better to say way too much than to not say what you wanted to say at all. That will surely, surely hold you down and keep you from your destiny, because the most important thing you will ever do is answer your lines. That means speak your truth when it's asked. You don't have to offer it, but when it's asked, you speak your damn truth. And it's time that more people stood up and started speaking what they know to be true. Thank you guys for validating the chills. Thank you. Yeah, because she wants money. In fact, our government is not really, our government doesn't really run things. They're puppets for what's called an oligarchy. And from now on, what we're going to call that is malarkey. Hashtag Ola Malarkey. Okay, so we've got hashtag Illuminutty, hashtag Hitlary, hashtag Billary. And by the way, Billary needs to be indicted. And we've got some questions for you, President Sir Obama. And I'm doing my best to hang in there because this is hard for me. But you just signed some paperwork the other day to push back her indictment so that we could get her literally shoved down our throat as a candidate. Through an electoral system that's rigged so that privilege gets to vote so that we can hold the people who do not have money to give into the system down. And I will tell you this, that racism, the color, it's changing, but they still want to hold down the black people and the brown people. Why? Because they'll take over the vote. They've been holding them down with this two-party system. It's a joke. I don't vote, and this is not about politics. This is about our 10 Amendment rights and civil liberties. This is about our vote counting. And guys, I'm so tired of hearing it. You can have all the fears you want to, but your brethren and your sister and everyone in this country, their vote should count.
That's right.
And you know what? I'll say this, nonviolent drug offenders should have a right to vote. They shouldn't be felons. We need to take the politicians and put them in the cells where our nonviolent drug offenders are. That's what, and I want to know why all the cops hang out around the U of M, but I don't see them downtown or in the hoods. They're over here trying to bust college students for pot because they can pay the fines. The system doesn't have to pay for them. We are not trying to educate. We're not trying to rise people up. We're trying to populate. We're trying to depopulate. It's called population control. And why is Hillary partially responsible? Because the Illuminati have their tendrils into our record companies, because it is a billions and billions and billions. Billions of dollars are created through the record industry and through those artists, and they have power. They have power because people love them. People loved Prince, and we would listen. And if they are to back somebody, we will listen. Man, I'm telling you, they had to get to Beyonce and Queen Bee in a hurry, because we might have just done something so stupid as make them president and first lady. Good God, we couldn't have that. I mean, we already let Ronnie Reagan in. He was just a stupid actor, and look, he gave all the money away. We told you we can't have those lame brains in. No, you got to come up through their universities. That's right, it's the I. Yeah, it's the secret. Yeah, exactly. And just like the hazings that they go through, to make sure that they are born and bred for the position of president, and that is the Hillary. The Hillary organization. It is not an administration. And I am fired up because she is stealing the vote. And I'm fired up at the people in this country. I'm indignantly and righteously mad, and so is Rachel, and so is Jean, and so are a lot of people. This two-party system, you can take it and can it. What works for Miss America should work for us. We should get to vote in our president and our vice president. First place. The crown goes to the president. Yay! Woo! Second place. Runner up. He gets to be the VP. Welcome to your new position, Donald Trump, because that's what the people want. But guess what? I'm told, and it's not my opinion, that over 50% of the people in this country want Bernie Sanders. It's not my opinion. Listen to me. Abigail doesn't care who becomes president. My trust and faith in God is greater than that. And if the people in this country, and here's what's funny, is it's the people, most of you guys, I'm sorry, that line up in your boxes with your crosses on the outside that are so afraid of two things. Good God, that Donald Trump is some sort of racist bigot, for God's sakes? Or that Bernie Sanders is such a commie bastard that we're just going to love ourselves to death and give everything away? If that's what you think, you need to go back to church and read the book that's in that box and find out the real message. The real message is you only have what you give away. That is love. And we have enough money. You're telling me people pay from 35% to 55% in taxes, and we have a government that claims they're broke? Are you kidding me? For real. That's because they're too busy creating weapons that they're turning around and selling to the Middle East and to Africa, because we are not trying to feed the African people. We're trying to steal their resources. Hello, Queen of England. England's been trying to steal from Africa since the dawn of time.
Wow.
They are behind the enslavement of the black people.
Wow.
Who live in this country today, and she is still trying to hold them down. And Hilary Clinton is in on it. She is part of the Illuminutty. They call her the Black Crow. She's